Well, 6 months from now, the Buffalo Catholic Diocese will look a lot different, with dozens of churches set to close or merge by June.
This is part of what the bankrupt diocese is calling the Road to Renewal plan, but parishioners across our region continue to reach out to us, asking to elevate their voices against these changes.
The diocese plans to turn Sacred Heart Parish in Bowmansville into a secondary worship site, but parishioners recently learned the church is also on a watch list within the diocese. 7 News senior reporter Eileen Buckley met with 2 parishioners, giving a voice to their concerns for the future of their church.
We didn't make this mess. We can't fix it.
Many parishioners across the Catholic Diocese of Buffalo remain uncertain about the future of their churches, and Julie Monheim at Sacred Heart Parish in Bowmansville is one of them. She tells me she doesn't want to criticize the diocese, but recently learned her church is now on a watch list.
And this watch list gives us a criteria for us to fulfill in order to remain what? I'm not sure. To remain open or to continue having masses? I don't really know what the answer to that is.
The diocese plans to make the church a secondary worship site where it would no longer serve as a parish. It was also moved from its family of parishes in Lancaster Depew to parishes in Clarence.
They have a certain amount of money that they want us to get, a certain amount of baptism per year, a certain amount of weddings, and a certain amount of confirmations.
I think that's a temporary thing to perhaps find an excuse to close it, because some of the goals set forth are probably not that realistic.
Longtime parishioner Ron Hefner has attended this church for 75 years.
This is basically the only parish I've ever known.
Hefner is the parish historian and wrote this book tracing 100 years of the church. But after 75 years at this parish, where would he go if his church were to close?
That's a hard question. I don't think I've resolved that. We're being merged into Nativity in Clarence. As I said, most of our orientation is toward Lancaster. I do have some connection with St. Mary's, which is the only surviving parish in Lancaster.
This church also features 2 outdoor shrines, but the diocese tells me there will be no changes to the shrine status. I did ask the diocese about the future of this church, and a spokesman told me that much consultation and review went into making this church a secondary worship site. In Bowmansville, Eileen Buckley, 7 News.